and welcome to Match Point on DD India, your weekly roundup of the biggest stories from the world of sports. Here we will analyze all the big stories making headline this week. A big start to a big summer down under. India face Australia in the first ODI at Perth as ROKO, Rohit, Sharma and Virat Kohli return to action. New captain, new challenges and a plenty of fireworks as the season kicks off. Women's cricket, after a strong start, the Indian women's team looked to bounce back against England in the ODI World Cup clash at Indore, and Joti Surka Vandam create history, become first Indian women to win World Cup medal in the compound archery. And in football, race to the 2026 FIFA World Cup heats up. Global giants secure their spots while new stories emerge from Cape Verde's dream run to Asia's rise and the Europe's power play. All that and much more right here on the Match Point. So let's get started. India face Australia in the first ODI at Perth on Sunday, and all eyes will be on ROKO as Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli making their return. New captain Shubman Gill leads a strong and balanced side while Australia look to rebuild. Can India's legends shine again, or will the hosts break their zincs at Perth? DD India correspondents bring this more on this. All eyes are on Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as Team India gears up to face Australia in the first ODI at the Optus Stadium in Perth on Sunday. Yes, the legends are back after leading India to a memorable Champions Trophy win earlier this year. Both Kohli and Rohit returned to international cricket, but this time under a new captain. Young Shubman Gill takes charge as India's new ODI skipper, stepping into big shoes and leading a team that's now looking ahead to the 2027 ODI World Cup. For him, this series is about shaping the future, but for Kohli and Rohit, it could be one last dance down under. Having retired from the Test and T20s, their form and fitness in this series will be crucial. And remember, both have a superb record under Down Under. India will miss Jasprit Bumrah, who has been rested for the T20 series after the ODI series, but that opens the door for young quicks Harshit Rana and Nitish Kumar Reddy to shine. Mohammad Siraj is back after a year, while Hardik Pandya out with injury. KL Rahul and Dhruv Jurid are the wicket-keeping option for Team India, while Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shreyas Iyer bring in solid batting form. Now talking about Australia, they are going through a rebuilding phase with Steve Smith, Glenn Maxwell and Marcus Stoinis retired from ODIs. The Aussies have lost their last series, managed just 2 wins in their last 10 matches. India on the other hand are flying high. Champions Trophy winners, unbeaten in their last 8 ODIs and currently the #1 team in the world. Their last ODI defeat came more than a year ago, and there is Perth. India never played an ODI here, and surprisingly, Australia have never won at this ground, losing all 3 matches so far. Fast bowlers dominate this venue, so expect plenty of pace and bounce under the lights. So it's all set. A fresh chapter in the India-Australia rivalry, a young captain leading a powerhouse team, 2 legends facing one big moment, and a ground where anything can happen. Can India extend their dominance, or will Australia finally break the Perth jinx? We will find out on Sunday when India and Australia go head-to-head in what promises to be a cracking contest. Meanwhile, India head coach Gautam Gambhir heaped praise on Shubman Gill's leadership following their 2-0 Test series sweep against West Indies. Gambhir said that Gill has worked hard to be where he is right now and has ticked all the boxes as captain.
I think no one has done him a favor by appointing him the Test captain or now the one-day captain. I think he deserves every bit of it. I think he's worked hard, and I've said it that he ticks all the boxes. And for me as a coach, I think someone who's saying the right things, doing the right things, working hard, work ethics, commitment, putting his body online, being the first guy on the field, what more can a coach ask for?
Meanwhile, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli will make a return to the Indian colours after a while in the upcoming Australia series. Talking about both players' future, Indian head coach Gautam Gambhir said that the 50-over World Cup is still 2 2.5 years away, and it is important to stay in the present.
50 over World Cup is still, what, 2.5 years away, and I think it is very important to stay in present. That is something which is very important. Obviously, they're quality players, they're coming back, their experience is going to be handful in Australia as well. Hopefully, those two guys will have a successful tour, and more importantly, as a team, we will have a successful series.
So the captain and the coach, we know that Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill, the duo will play a crucial role, but Gautam Gambhir is saying he wants to be in the present for this team. Now let's take a look the head-to-head record between the two teams, Australia and India. If you take our ODI rankings, India is a ranked #1 team right now, and Australia is the ranked 3rd. If you take a look overall head-to-head, India have 58 wins under their belt, while Australia managed 84 wins. And if you take a look records, the head-to-head in the last 10 years, India won 18 and Australia also won 18 matches. And so in Australia, if you take a look after 2015, we can say that in the last 10 years, India won 4 matches and Australia won 9 matches. If you take a look in the recent time, India has dominated the ODI format. The stats are showing this thing, hoping that India will continue this dominance in this series also. Now let's take a look at the players' record. If we talk about Virat Kohli, 50 matches in the record against Australia, and after that he has scored 2,451 runs at an average of 54.46. The strike rate is 93.69, and he has scored 815 half centuries. Rohit Sharma, 46 matches, 2,407 runs, and average is 57.30, and strike rate is 96.01. He scored 809 half centuries. Shubman Gill, in 8 matches, he has scored 280 runs, and the average is 35, and the strike rate is 93.64 against the Australia, and 100 and 150 he had scored. And the next player, that is Shreyas Iyer, he has played 12 matches, 319 runs, and average is 29, and the strike rate is 96.96, and he has scored 100 against Australia so far. So a fantastic record in the, we can say, the nascent career against the mighty Australians. Talking about KL Rahul, 17 matches, 733 runs against the Australians. If you take a look at the average, that is 57.30, and the strike rate is 90.94. If you take a look number of hundreds, 0 and 7 half centuries. And Mohammad Siraj, in 7 matches he has taken 8 wickets. The best is 3 for 29, the economy is 6.60, and his 5 wicket, so far no 5 wicket haul against the Australian team. So again we can see that Virat Kohli in 50 matches, he has scored a fantastic knock. And talking about the Australia, the record of the Australian players against India. In 12 matches, Mitchell Marsh has scored 473 runs. The average is 59.12 and the strike rate is 115. Now the next player, that is Travis Head. In 10 matches, he has scored 384 runs, and the average is 42.66, and the strike rate is stupendous, 103.22, 1 century and 1 half century. That is in crucial moment. And Manas Labuschagne, in 15 matches, 474 runs, the average is 39.50, strike rate is 81.86, and so far he has scored 4 half centuries against the India. So fantastic record by Labuschagne. And Mitchell Starc, one of the finest bowler, in 19 matches, 30 wickets, best figures 6 for 43, and the economy is 5.99, and he has taken 2 5 wickets haul. He will be crucial against India. So the next player is Mitchell Marsh. If you take a look, his record against India in 12 matches, he has scored 473 runs, and his average is 59.12, and strike rate is 115.36. Now the Travis Head, in 10 matches, 384 runs, and average is 42.66, strike rate 103.22, 1 century and 1 half century against India. So we saw the records of the 2 players against each other. Now let's take a look at the key stats in the ODIs for India and Australia. India have won 4 of their last 6 ODI matches against Australia. It includes the 4-wicket win in the 2025 ICC Champions Trophy. They are only meeting in the format since the beginning of the 2024. Now taking a look at the other stat, Australia have won their last 3 ODIs against India at the Wakapur, that is the old stadium. First time they will meet in the format at the new stadium in the Perth, that is Optus Stadium. India have won 3 of their last 5 matches against Australia in this format of the game, and Australia have lost all of their 3 ODIs at the newly built Perth Stadium. And India are on a 8-match winning streak in the ODIs, a big achievement, and India have lost 3 of their last 5 bilateral men's ODI series played away from home. And Rohit Sharma is set to play his 500th international across format, that is Test, ODIs and T20s, and is the 5th player to achieve this milestone, and he is 300 runs away from scoring another milestone. Now meanwhile, the India opener Abhishek Sharma has been named as the ICC Men's Player of the Month for the September 2025. During the tournament, he topped the run charts with 314 runs in the 6 innings at an average of 44.85 and the strike rate of 200. Abhishek played a key role in India's victory against Sri Lanka, where he played commanding knock to help his side secure a spot in the final. The innings also saw him reach the career high ratings of the 931 points on the ICC men's T20 batter ranking, surpassing the previous best of 919 points set by England's David Malan in 2020. Meanwhile, India women's team vice captain Smriti Mandhana was crowned the Women's Player of the Month. Mandhana made 2 centuries against Australia in the New Chandigarh and New Delhi. Mandhana notched a well-composed 117 of 91 balls in the first game and scored for quick fire 125 of 63 balls in the second. Now shifting focus to the Women's World Cup. After a couple of tough losses, the Indian women's cricket team finds themselves in a tricky position in the ongoing ICC Women's ODI World Cup. With 2 wins and 2 losses in the 4 games, the upcoming clash against a strong England side is a must-win for the women in blue to keep their semi-final hopes alive. The team needs to get back to the winning ways, and the victory in the same game will be a huge morale booster. Report by DD India correspondent Deepika.
In what could be a crucial encounter with the decisive power of steering India into the semi-final of the ongoing Women's Cricket World Cup, Team India is now all set to face Team England at Indore's Holkar Stadium on the eve of Diwali in the ODI format. Team England remains unbeaten so far, with 1 match being abandoned due to rain, whereas Team India started on a good note, beating Sri Lanka and then Pakistan, but eventually lost to South Africa and then Australia in the league stage encounters so far.
हम लोग 2 मैच हारे ज़रूर हैं, लेकिन हम लोगों का मोरल काफ़ी अच्छा है, क्योंकि 2 मैच हम लोगों ने स्टार्टिंग के काफ़ी अच्छे गए थे. तो हम लोग ऑलवेज़ पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से जाते हैं और हमेशा पॉजिटिव जो भी हमने एज अ टीम किया हुआ होता है उसके बारे में ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं.
If we look at the head-to-head, India women and England women played 129 international matches across all formats, out of which India women won 50 matches against England women, whereas England won 66 out of 129 matches. In the ODI format, India and England have played 79 matches, out of which India won 36 and England secured victory in 41 matches, with 2 ending in no result. The high voltage clash between India and England is now all set to take place at the iconic Holkar Stadium situated in Indore, which has the potential of turning out to be a high scoring game. The Holkar Stadium is known for its flat pitch surface that allows for high scoring matches at the venue. Batters enjoy batting on a surface with even bounce, a fast outfield, and shorter boundaries, which makes it good for scoring some quick runs. While Team England boasts a formidable unit led by Nat Skiver Brunt, Sophie Ecclestone, and Charlie Dean, on the other hand, Team India's Smriti Mandhana, Deepti Sharma, and Sneh Rana can really prove to be the guns to rely on under big match pressure, as batting deep remains the key to unlock a semi final spot. The top run scorer for India women in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025 is Pratika Rawal with 180 runs to her name, and she is just 18 runs away from reaching 1,000 runs in women's ODI. The top wicket taker for India women in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025 is Deepti Sharma with 9 scalps under her belt, is just a wicket away from creating a record of 150 wickets mark in ODI format and become the second Indian bowler to do so.
In run-up to the semi-final spot, this match becomes really crucial for Team India because it is not only about defeating Team England but also about securing a spot in the semi-finals of the ongoing Women's Cricket World Cup. Whether Team India will add that 6th bowling option and how the batting and the bowling unit are going to perform and roar specifically against Team England at this particular pitch remains to be seen. We'll get you all the latest news updates, stats and facts straight from ground zero. With camera person Ashish, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Indore.
Meanwhile, Indian shooter Swapnil Kusale's rise from a ticket collector in Pune to an Olympic bronze medalist is truly inspiring. He clinched bronze medal in the 50-meter rifle 3 position at the Paris Games. Now his eyes are set on the Los Angeles 2028 podium. Speaking to DD India at the IOA felicitation ceremony, Swapnil praised government's strong support for athletes. Right now I am joined by Olympic bronze medalist Swapnil Kusale. Swapnil, when athletes are recognized for the work they have done for the country, when they are encouraged with such initiatives, with the reward, and we can say that just appreciating you. So what it means as an athlete for you?
So it means a lot for an athlete because athletes do hard work and everything, but no one see that hard work. Only the people see the won medal and everything. But federation and everyone are looking the hard work and everything. So I think this function is rightly, I think it's a great one for the every athlete and who won and who lost their competition, but they have achieved their goal, and I think they are close to their goal. So I think it's a good function for all the athletes.
Swapnil, if we talk about the Indian shooting, the way Indian shooters are performing, and recently in the Asian Championship we saw India won around 100 medals, and also we saw in the Junior World Cup that held at the Kearney Singh shooting range, India was at the top place. So what is the reason behind that India is performing well, especially in the shooting?
So first of all, support from the government and the equipments, plus the ammunitions and the pallets, and I think everything giving on a time, and obviously the athletes who are doing hard work in their own pattern. So because of this, and federation also, so they're providing every steps and every thing on a time. That's more matter here. So I think because of that, the athletes are doing really great.
You won a medal at the podium like Olympics. So is there any added pressure that you have to win medals for the upcoming big events, and next year the Asian Games is there, and after the Olympics will be there? So is there any pressure on you after winning the Olympic medal?
So I don't know what about the pressures, but my goals are different, my achievements are different, and I set my goals differently, so I have to achieve that. So I keep everything in a pattern, so I don't know about the pressure.
So here Swapnil don't know about the pressure. This is the key, we can say, the aspect of an athlete who touches the greater heights, and hopefully the way he performed in the Paris, he will continue that thing, and in the next mega events like Asian Games and in the Olympics, he will change the color of the medal. With camera person Rajesh Riki, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi. Definitely the way things are happening in the Indian sports arena, our athletes will convert those medals, we can say that, into the gold medal in the upcoming events. Now talking about our next story, that is about archery. Joti Surka Venom on Saturday became the first Indian woman in the compound archery to win a medal at the World Cup final, clinching the bronze medal with a flawless performance in Nanjing. The reigning Asian champion was at her imperious best against the world number 2 Ella Gibson of the Great Britain, shooting 15 perfect arrows to prevail 150 against 145 points and secure her maiden podium finish in the tournament. The 8-archer World Cup season finale saw 29-year-old Indian begin with a confident win over the Alexis Ruiz of the US in the quarterfinals. Now shifting focus to football, the field for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is taking shape as several nations from every continent battle it out to book their spot in the main draw. From Cape Verde's fairy tale run to the Europe's established powerhouses, let's take a look closer at the who made it so far and who is still fighting to join them.
The two-year qualifying marathon for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is nearing its end, and the picture for football's grandest stage is becoming clearer. With 48 teams set to compete, several nations have already punched their ticket to the next summer's tournament. This will be the first World Cup in history to be hosted by 3 nations, marking a milestone for global football. From Asia, powerhouses Japan, Iran, South Korea, Saudi Arabia and Qatar headlined the list, joined by Jordan and Uzbekistan, both scripting history with consistent performances through the qualifiers. Saudi Arabia confirmed their 7th World Cup appearance with a tense draw against Iraq. Africa's qualifying campaign brought both emotion and surprise. Traditional giants Egypt, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Algeria, South Africa and Tunisia made it through, but the story of the round belongs to Cape Verde. The island nation, with a population under 600,000, stunned Cameroon to top their group and qualify for their first ever World Cup, a true fairy tale moment for African football. From Europe, England became the first team to qualify, doing so in style with a 5-0 win over Latvia. England maintained a perfect record, scoring 18 goals without conceding. Meanwhile, Spain continued their flawless run in Group E, inching closer with a 4-0 win over Bulgaria. Elsewhere, Portugal, led by the evergreen Cristiano Ronaldo, were denied early qualification after a late Hungarian equalizer in a thrilling 2-2 draw. In South America, it's business as usual for the continent's giants. Argentina, Brazil, Colombia and Paraguay have all qualified, extending their dominance in CONMEBOL. In North and Central America, the traditional trio, United States, Canada and Mexico, have already qualified as co-hosts, while the rest of CONCACAF continues its fight. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will kick off on June 11, with the final slated for July 19. As more teams prepare to book their places, the stage is set for football's grandest celebration. Mehraj Singh's report for DD India.
So all the continental heavyweights have booked their place for the coveted FIFA World Cup. And that's all we have for you on the Match Point this week, where passion truly meets performance. And keep the sporting spirit alive and join us next week for more action, insights and inspiration from the world sports. Namaskar.